Wow. Okay. I actually don't know why. Lost it for a second in my brain. Anyways, welcome to the Chaos, Mischief, and Muscles podcast episode. I have no idea because my brain isn't working.
Can we just call it episode? Can we just call it every episode episode 69?
Six.
No, fuck you. No, I'm leaving.
I'm okay with 69. I'm okay with 420. I'm okay with 3.14159. 42.
It's 42. It's just the answer to life, universe, and everything.
It's 42.
We are going to be talking about
It's maybe
hoodoo.
not the answer, but it is an answer.
No, it's the answer.
It's the answer.
Okay.
We're going to be talking about hoodoo tonight, and that's it because he's so cute.
And I got my
And
cat
cats.
cafe shirt on. It kind of looks like hoodoo.
Kinda.
A little bit.
Yeah,
bit.
kinda. A leopardy hoodoo.
No, for real, we're going to be talking about therapy. And not just therapy, but
Therapy.
reaching outside of your inner circle and asking for help and how difficult it is and all that fun stuff.
Even within your inner circle, it's hard.
It is I think in some ways it's harder to ask for help from your inner circle than it is to be like, I should probably see a therapist.
I
Yeah, I
made
agree.
the steps to see a therapist before I ever talked about it with anyone. Other than, we all know we all need therapy, right? Because we make that joke all the time, but I didn't even
But
tell
it's not
Chris.
really a joke.
It's not a joke. I think everybody needs therapy at some point in their life, and I mean absolutely everyone would benefit from therapy at one time or another in their life.
Hard
Period.
agree.
100%.
Fidget drop.
100%.
I don't have a mic, so I can't mic drop.
Ball drop.
Balls.
Let's get that out of the way.
Okay, but I feel like I've had a couple people be like, we are not very good at defining what we're talking about. So, real quick.
Fair, because I think we get into it and we know what we're talking about, and sometimes I think we forget that other people are going to be listening.
Yes. So,
Wait.
Therapy, according
Other
to...
people listen to this?
Other people do. I mean, at least 78 people have listened to our podcast so far. So, according to the Google Oxford Language Dictionary, treatment intended to relieve or heal a disorder. So, and then there's Merriam-Webster, says therapeutic medical treatment of impairment, injury, disease, or disorder. Psychotherapy.
Okay.
Furthermore, the psychotherapist knows that all of the actions in therapy are messages that need to be decoded and understood regardless of the language the patient uses. There we go. So, there's a lot of different ways to look at it, but I technically did what people have suggested we do.
I mean, I think
so that's
in
what
this
they think
context,
therapy is.
And for us, we've talked about talk therapy, right? We're seeing a therapist. We're talking about the things that we're dealing with, and just looking for some guidance on that, and someone that's not in the middle of it. You know, if you're having issues with a partner or a friend or a family member, a third party is someone from the outside looking in, and that can help. I don't know, figure it out. And I don't know. It's jumbled.
What does therapy mean to you, Muscles?
So, my view on therapy is it's a way of working through, for me, I'm very open about, I have seen a therapist in the past, and I am currently seeing a therapist because there are things inside my brain I can't work through. And it's causing, a therapist call it squirting out sideways. It's like,
Ew.
picture an ice cream sandwich that you've kind of let melt a little bit, and then you take it out to the sidewalk and you step on it, and all the insides squirt out in all directions. It's not a controlled direction. It's squirting out sideways. And we don't want that to happen. We want to be a little bit more in control of our emotions. We don't need to be lashing out at people. And so therapy helps me manage my personal emotions so that I'm not snapping at the kids or my partner or my friends.
Lashing out or retreating.
Or retreating. I do the same thing. I completely want to retreat. My habit is to retreat from everybody. I'm better about it now. I would go into books or find a TV show to binge, and then I just step away from everybody, including my close friends and my inner circle I'm better about that now. And I know people say the gym is therapy. The gym is not a replacement for therapy. It is a good tool to go along with therapy. It can help with medication and balancing hormones and things like that. It is not a replacement for therapy if you are suffering. This is my CA licensed therapist if you need help working through things. Because friends can give suggestions all they want. We can talk through things together, but there are things where there are different types of therapy. I've done somatic therapy, which is connects your body to memories because your body stores memories. And that was probably the hardest form of therapy I've ever done.
Yeah, that's the one I just started.
It is also honestly, to me, I thought it was the best because it helped me set boundaries with my bio mom to the point where I cut her out because I realized there were parts of myself that I wasn't allowing to be. I wasn't allowing myself to come out of my shell, and I wasn't being the mom I wanted to be. So like that's what it means to me, is being able to work through a problem with help from a professional. But there are different levels of therapy. Like I had a therapeutic weekend last weekend hanging out with Mischief and a couple of our other friends. And it's like, I needed that. It was a form of therapy. I brought you on a stick. I brought you on a stick, and I did invite you. We did invite you. We tried to make it happen.
It was just a bad time.
It was bad timing.
Yeah. I could have probably gotten the time off of work, but with everything going on here at home and my money being the only money that's coming into the house right now, that would not have been a wise use of funds. So I did make the adult choice. It's not your fault. I had to be an adult.
I know. We did bring you on a stick, though.
I did. You made a cassicle.
Yeah, I saw that.
I made a cassicle. I liked my cassicle. That sounded so much worse when I said that out loud, but you know what? We're rolling with it. We're
rolling with it. It's what we do.
Make that happen.
It's the chaos.
The cat laying across my keyboard right now, dude.
You know, it's his keyboard now.
It is his keyboard. It's just his house. I just happen to live in it.
So when I say therapy, I never, ever, ever, ever mean anything other than psychotherapy. Because if I mean physical therapy, I will say physical therapy. If I mean, I don't know, medication therapy, I'm going to talk about my meds. And I see a psychiatrist for med management, but that's for med management. That's not therapy, right? Yeah. So when I say therapy, I always mean psychotherapy.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people do. I think if people are doing like occupational or physical therapy, they're going to be a little bit,
they say PT, they say OT.
Yeah. So, that makes sense. That's a good clarification too, obviously, if you need help with that stuff too.
Yes, there are professionals.
Yeah.
Okay, raise your hands if you're in therapy right now.
I'm in therapy.
Yay!
All of us. If you're just listening,
I just met my therapist in person for the first time, and I've been seeing her for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
How does that work?
Well, we've been meeting virtually, right?
Okay.
So, backstory, her and I go to the same church. We did not obviously know each other before I started seeing her. She was in grad school and needing to build her client load. So she asked the church if she could put in like a note about like, hey, if you're looking for your therapy, whatever. I happened to really fucking need it because I was going through a lot of like grief and loss.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the span of like 2 or 3 years before I met her, I'd gone to like 8 or 9 funerals, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot in a short amount of time.
That's a lot.
In a very short amount of time.
That doesn't sound like... That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I think I've been to fewer
like,
funerals in my entire life.
Welcome to having a giant family, like extended family.
Still.
And a couple of them were very like sudden and unexpected and like traumatic. But anyway, I won't get into that. But because she was technically still in school and going through like, I don't know what's called a practicum, or like basically like the student teaching version of becoming a counselor, therapist, whatever, she was really cheap. And I was like, okay, I can do this. Let me just give it a try. Let me see if we click, whatever. And we did. And we've been meeting virtually, and our paths just never crossed. If she had seen me at church, she legally, like, and ethically can't say anything to me. So even if she had seen me, like, prior to this, she wouldn't have been able to say anything. I saw her, and so I was like, I have to go say hi to her. And obviously she didn't, like, she was with family and stuff, and she wasn't like, oh my god, this is my client Tracy. It was just her and I that talked. But yeah, it was really cool. I made her cry, and I like when I do that because I feel like I win therapy when I do that.
You win therapy.
Okay, so then how much do I win if I made them give up therapy?
Oh,
What?
yeah, I knew that you had some tough situations. I didn't realize that they fully gave up therapy.
Yeah, so everything that happened to me that started me on the path of needing therapy happened when I was young and ended when I was 10 with my dad's suicide. I never got therapy. Ever. Until 2015. I was 25. So I went that many years without anything. And the reason why I started, because I didn't know. I was a kid. It was the 90s, right? And at that time we didn't really understand that abuse can cause PTSD and should be treated, right?
Yeah.
So giving that where it is, right? So 2015, my kids are going to their own version of therapy, and their counselor's group, it was an office, they had some students that were doing the same thing, right? And they were offering free, which for me at the time, single mom, almost no money. I think this was the time when I was raising my kids on $10,000 or $12,000 a year, right? So money was tight.
Yeah.
Not as tight as it would be doing that now, because things were cheaper.
It'd be impossible to do it now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm seeing this guy, he's a baby therapist. That's what I call them when they're within their first 5 years or whatever, right? They're baby therapists. And I'm seeing him, and that's where I get my PTSD diagnosis. And, like, our sessions are recorded so he can go over them with the lady running the whole place, right? And she's got years and years and years of experience in the type of trauma that I've experienced, right? He, about, I don't know, I want to say maybe 3 months into it, of seeing him once every other week or so, like, I made him cry a few times. And I could tell he was highly uncomfortable a few times. And I was really questioning it. And then I show up one day and he's just not there. And then I find out over the course of the next little bit that he just decided therapy's not for him. Yeah. And I know before they get to the point where they're seeing actual patients, that they've gone through enough that they should kind of know what's going on. So the not nice part of my brain says I broke one. And
You didn't break anybody.
Sometimes
You didn't break anyone.
I feel like I did. But yes. Yeah, that was kind of the beginning of an entirely long journey of therapist after therapist after therapist just kind of disappearing on me without any warning or with very little warning, which is what
That's really shitty.
makes it really hard for me to make the decision to try again. And usually I'll give it a good 3 or 4 tries, and then I'm like, nope, that's it, I'm done, fuck this shit, I'm not gonna try anymore, and everybody can go fuck themselves. And then I just don't try for a year or so, or longer. But I just had my first visit with a new one. I don't know if it'll stick, because he has only been practicing for 2 years, and that makes me nervous. But I was open with him about my, I guess it's a sort of like fear of being abandoned by my therapist at this point. And not so much a fear as an absolute certainty that it will happen.
That's really tough, because I mean, finding the right fit of a therapist is like dating. I mean,
Yeah.
I went through, before I found a good one, the one that I refer to as the one who taught me about squirting out sideways, which sounds so awful. His name was Dr. Fielding. He was my psychology instructor, and he was an adjunct, and he still had his practice on the side. And I clicked with him in class, and then after grades were done and posted and it was gone, I reached out to him and I said, hey, can I see you as a patient? Like, can I be your patient? Does that work? Like, I'm never going to take another one of your classes. Nothing wrong with you. I needed this one for my degree. And he on for 2 years before we moved, unfortunately. And I wish I could have seen him longer. Because he helped a lot. But between then and now, I've had, I want to say 8 different therapists that I've tried, because like it's got to be the right fit. You've got to click with them. You've got to feel safe talking to somebody. And I feel that a lot of people, there's a stigma against it. So the idea of having to shop, quote unquote, for a therapist, which is what it is. I call it therapy dating, but other people say they're shopping for a doctor, shopping for a therapist. It's basically like you're dating. And
yeah,
I mean, you're revealing like the most vulnerable parts of you. Like,
exactly.
You need to find someone that not only that you feel safe with, but that you feel understands what you're trying to say and will validate what you're feeling, but also like challenge you when they need to, and like listen without judgment. And it's really hard to do that even in therapy. I mean, even though they're trained to like listen without judgment, like it can be there, especially when you're talking about hard shit.
Yeah.
And I think that, personally, it's like the decision to reach out to another therapist after not having one for a while, it's like, I probably should have been in therapy throughout the last year, with everything that I've had going on health-wise and family-wise and whatnot. And it was so hard to make the decision. And actually, chaos over here, you doing that is what helped me make the decision to reach out to somebody.
Hell yeah.
Like, knowing that you were taking the leap, even after you tried and it got rescheduled and the person quit or whatever, like, you had a whole bunch of craziness.
Yeah.
But you still, like, you're like, I
always do, though.
I need this. Yeah.
I had a great therapist in Idaho, and I still have her number in my phone, so she pops up in the weirdest places because her number's in my contacts, like in my Pinterest, like, suggested, or Instagram suggested.
God, I haven't thought about Pinterest in forever.
Right?
I'm always on Pinterest.
I've had Pinterest in years.
But I haven't friended her anywhere because I'm like, I think that's weird, right? Like,
it probably would be.
I liked her as a person, but like the only thing that we have in common is talking about my shit. So she reminds me, actually,
hard.
She reminds me a lot of our friend Sarah. Or Sarah, I guess, reminds me a lot of her. Just very much. I don't know. I can't pinpoint what it is, but something.
I mean,
vibes
can be a big thing. Like, and I feel that I've been really lucky in that I haven't, yes, I've needed therapy, but I haven't been to the point where if I don't do it, things are going to go sideways quick. And I just got completely derailed because Gangnam Style was playing out there in the loft, and my brain just is like, Oompa Oompa Gangnam Style in the middle
someone's
of
having
a thought.
some music therapy.
Ooh, music therapy is a fantastic thing.
It is. We do it with my kids at school.
Yeah.
I believe in there's a type of therapy for everyone.
Absolutely.
I've been lucky because I've had a support group of friends. We lost Chaos.
We did. We lost Chaos. She's gonna go do Gangnam Style now.
She's
Open Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style. And it's probably the Oregon Duck version of Gangnam Style.
It's phenomenal.
And like, you know it's true.
I 100% know it's true, and I appreciate that, even though I don't know anything about the Oregon Ducks. Except that I think that they're fun because they're ducks.
They're fun because they have some really good YouTube music videos. I'm just saying. I think there's a stigma about asking your friends for help, too. Not just getting therapy, but asking for any kind of help from friends.
Yeah. I think sometimes I, like, when it comes with, like, for, like, emotional support specifically, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to toe that line between, like, you're my friends and I'm venting and I'm having this hard time with something and I just need you guys to validate me. And I don't want you guys to also be my therapist because I have someone else for that. But I don't want, like, I've been in friendships where I've felt like I was the therapist and I'm like, I can't do that. You know, I'm not qualified to do that. I can tell you to go get therapy and I have told, gotten them to get therapy, but I don't want to feel like I'm burdening anyone with my issues, especially when everyone else has so many issues and things they need to go through, like they're going through. But like, obviously I know you guys are my friends and like other friends too. They're my friends and they want to know what's going on with me, but it's a hard line to toe sometimes.
Do you think saying the words, I just need to vent, or I need to get this out into the universe just to get it out, because just talking about things,
Yeah.
it's like I'm not looking for a therapist type of conversation. It's like, I just need to get this out. Can you be a sounding board?
Yeah.
And asking that is really hard sometimes.
It is hard. And I think sometimes like you don't even realize that's just what you need in the moment. Yeah. Like I've texted you guys things, and I'm like, I just need to get it out there. And you guys are great about like I know you've asked in the past, like we've all asked each other, like, do you want validation? Do you want practical support? Do you want advice? Like, what do you need? So I think that's been really helpful too. But 9 times out of 10, I just need to vent. But I don't even realize that I need to do that half the time.
That's a good point. If we could get more people to ask those questions, what are you looking for? How can I help? In this moment, how can I help?
One thing that I've heard too, and I've done it a couple times with some people, is, hey, I'm having a really hard time with something. Do you have the capacity to hear it? Yeah. I'm really bad at remembering to do that because sometimes I'm so in the moment. I'm like, today, I'm like, I just need to text these guys. I'm so frustrated.
I was in such a bad headspace, man. Like I could.
No, and like it was seriously just like, oh, I just need to say something. Yeah, I just need to get it out in the universe.
And I think you can also, at this point, with certain friends. Yes. Yeah. I think there gets to a point in certain friendships, where you can read the room enough to know, based on your text conversation, how it's going to be received when you do stuff like that. And that's a level of friendship that takes bonding over to get to. Because I wouldn't do that I'd do that with you guys, where, but other people, I'm like, I'd have to ask, like our coach Mike. I'll send him messages and be like, I can't do XYZ for some reason, and his response is just to call me. He doesn't ask; he just calls me. It's like, why would you do that? Like, I'm sending you a text
because he's a certified yapper,
and condensing anything down to a box is just like, it hurts his brain.
Yeah.
But then there's like that level of friendship too, where if you send a message to this person, they're gonna call you instead of the other way around. Like, I can almost guarantee if I text Mike right now, he will respond. And the question is he going to call me or is he going to text me back?
He will call you.
All right,
you will
so
hear his voice on this.
I sent a text and
do it.
We'll see what happens. We'll talk. But the question is like, how long will it take him to respond? Because there are some friends, they have a zillion messages on their phone.
Yeah.
You never know when, and they just...
What the hell?
What the fuck?
Is
I
it
just
Kiwi?
texted you. So, there are some friends you text, and
they're not in the screen.
And then they just show up.
What the what? Hi.
I knew.
Yeah, I should probably be able to hear you guys.
Well, more so we can hear you. Now you don't sound like you're in the bottom of a can of pickles.
Have a hoodoo.
Now he has the cat. Now it is. We are officially having the podcast about the cat.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to In Moderation and/or Mike Needs a Plan.
Or Chaos, Mischief, and Muscle.
Chaos, Mischief, and Muscle.
Is this the start of you being our fourth from now on?
Yes. I go into podcasts and professionally infiltrate them.
You're like a wedding crasher, except for podcasts.
Professional.
Well, if I stopped being invited to the podcasts, I would stop being on them. What are we talking about today?
Therapy.
And
talking to your friends.
Asking
about
for help.
Issues, too. And asking for help. And, I was saying that if I text you, you will, once you read it, you will call me back.
Oh, yeah.
There's a chance she'll text me. But obviously, I texted you and you show up, too.
Yeah.
That is also an option sometimes.
Can we
with some
talk
friends.
about how he just evaporated it from thin air? He wasn't here already. This is
I
just
had to
his
drive
new
very
thing.
fast from Dallas to get here to Austin, but that's what you do for a good friend.
In 3.2 seconds.
Yes, I'm a Jersey.
He had
Yeah.
the DeLorean, right?
Well, the DeLorean doesn't help me travel through distance; it helps me travel through time.
Well, it got you here.
Except time is distance.
Yes, you're here in the future, and then you just came back. I don't know.
It's been a while since I've seen that
We
movie.
traveled in time, back 4 hours, so you could drive there and be there in time. Time is distance.
There it
Cass
is.
got-
There it
got
is.
it.
We've
Cass
got it
is-
solved.
This is
Perfect.
the smart one. She wins.
I have a hot take about therapy.
Cass
Okay.
just watches more sci-fi.
So, hot take with therapy, I think that some people have gotten good at therapy. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. So, there are some people who can intellectualize all the problems they have and the things that they're going through and their shortcomings and the things that they're not doing and the reasons why they're not doing those things. And they haven't gotten good at doing anything about it. But they have gotten good at talking to their therapist about it.
I don't need you to call me out right now.
I was just gonna say I feel called out.
Why'd
Fuck
you
you,
bring me on the
Mike.
podcast if you didn't want to be challenged? That's the job of the coach.
Hey, to be fair, only one of us agreed to this. The other two didn't know it was happening prior to today.
Actually, Tracy does.
I said prior to today.
I
Right,
didn't know it was happening till it happened. Although I'm not surprised because I saw your earlier Marco Polo. Did you see my text
I
in
actually didn't
response
know
to your
he was
Marco
going
Polo?
to be here.
Yeah, I mean, you only texted me a few minutes ago.
Yeah, no, I didn't know he was going to be here today. I wasn't sure. It was up in the air.
That is true. Yeah, actually, we
So-
didn't know until like really last minute. But so about getting good at therapy. It's something that happens a lot, and it's something that I see in our community even sometimes. And I'll call it out and I'll mention it where I'll be like, yes, you understand the problem, and we've talked about the problem, and you have the greatest intentions about understanding it, but now we have to do something about it, and that's the hard part. That's the
It's the
difficult
shitty
part.
part.
Yeah, it's the shitty
That's
part.
I mean, that's the whole reason you're in therapy, but also you don't want to do it.
Therapy's super important,
So
but also I feel like we should treat it like doctor's checkups almost, where you do stints of it, and then you go out, you do the things, and then you come back and get another checkup.
Yeah. I mean, I went from seeing my therapist once a week to like once every 4 to 6 weeks now. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
That's
I do that with my
awesome.
one-on-one
we
clients.
did a lot. We've done a lot of shit.
We'll start off doing every week, and then at a certain point we will reevaluate, see if we need to keep going, and if we do, maybe we continue going every week, maybe we go to every other week. I've got some people I see once a month. It's at a certain point, the frequency is too much. We've just got to go out and try something and mess up.
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying we need to fail to learn something?
Are there failures?
Wait.
There are no failures. If you choose not to quit, there are only 2 modes of progress. Who knows what those modes are?
Success and lesson.
Success.
That's
And
all it
only
is.
success.
You either got success or victories or lessons. And if you take one or the other from any situation you're in, you will always move forward.
100%.
But isn't a lesson a victory in its own? So it's just
It is.
Yes.
successes and victories. So
I like
only
that.
success.
Only success.
Only success.
So I had my
Only success.
yes. Only
Like I
success.
needed to say it also because everyone else did.
We should put it on a shirt or something. So I had my first visit with my new therapist, TBD on if it will continue, but at least he showed up, so
That's a start.
it is. What was I gonna say? So he asked me, it's somatic, so it's all very much like where in your body you're feeling the emotions, and I cried in that
I
therapy
fucking hate that
session more than I
question.
have in any first therapy session ever. Probably because I needed to, if I'm honest. But he asked me after we went through like one of the feeling in your body questions, and he asked me why my reaction was that, and my answer was trauma, right? Because I know enough to know what is driving, but that doesn't help me fix the fucking problem. That doesn't... I'm there because I need to get out of reflex mode. Honestly, I'm in reflex mode right now as we speak. And I would like to not be in reflex mode anymore. So that's why I go to therapy. But I have all the words. I can out therapy speak my therapist, especially. I'm going to keep those thoughts to myself because who knows who's going to hear this at some point. But
I think I say that a lot. I think. Sorry, my brain just short circuited there for a second. I think when you do therapy enough, yeah, you can out therapy the therapist. But when do you get to the point where you start changing the behaviors is a big question. And it's not just the behaviors, but reactions to what's going on and the thinking with it.
I was going to say the thinking is
the
been the biggest thing for me.
If you can change that, will, change your thoughts, change your life. You can't.
I've actually made more changes resulting from being a member of our community than I have with any therapist in my entire life. Which, granted, we just talked, it's only been 10 years of therapy, off and on, right? But I can't continue to grow without a therapist because nobody in our community is a therapist and nobody in our community should be taking on the responsibility of that part, right? Because that is something that needs way more training than anybody in our community has.
Yeah.
Also, they need to get money from it.
Yeah, I think it goes hand in hand. Like I said, I started therapy for because I was going through a lot of grief and loss, and my therapist, I joke all the time, is like there's been she's seen me through 3 different versions, right? She's like Tracy 1.0, that was the Tracy that came in that was sad and depressed and all the things, right? And then as I moved through the grief journey, there was Tracy 2.0, and that's the Tracy you all met, right? It's I was just starting to go through all of this and kind of branching out a little bit. And then I think with the community and with changing more of my mindset and with having the support of everyone, I think that's where I was all right, I'm ready to fly. And I can't remember, it was maybe last month we met or the month before. I made her cry again. I won therapy again. And she's like, this is Tracy 3.0. And so it's I would have gotten there eventually, but I think having the community and the group has gotten me there a lot quicker.
So I had a question for Cass real quick before my brain uses it. Do you think the growth you've had from our joining the community and doing the coaching with Mike and whatnot, do you think that's just putting forward tools in a safe space that you've learned from therapy and just taking it and having it reworded and repackaged in a way for your brain to say, it's okay to do this?
Sort of. And all credit to you, Mike, but it isn't anything special about the group that did it. I was just ready. I was ready to start doing the things. I needed a stage to do it on, I guess.
You needed your audience. We're here for you.
We are social animals. We need the community support. People do it in a vacuum. It happens. It's just the success rate is so much higher when there are other people who are doing the thing you're doing. It's our one biological evolutionary advantage in a species where our young are born useless and stay that way for a decade plus. Like any other animal that has that deficiency, it doesn't make it. But we have dominated the planet, for better or for worse. And the only reason is because we work together. I know it sounds silly, but it's tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. And you have conversations with our young that stem from, don't yell at the birds. They don't deserve it.
It's so good. She started yelling at the birds, and you just went, stop yelling at the birds. They don't deserve it. And it was so genuine. And there's that conversation doesn't happen anywhere else in the animal kingdom, and they don't have iPhones. Our teamwork has allowed us to create and do and accomplish incredible things. So why should it be different when we're trying to accomplish something for ourselves?
Yeah.
And he thought that I had his gone now.
I know. Kaylee. Just saying. Kaylee.
I thought it was Marcus or Mike.
It was me. I was yelling at the birds. I said, you're not real. You get charged at a station every night.
It's a Tesla.
That's ridiculous. Your legs are too skinny. How do you support your weight?
Bird legs.
Why is your poop white? That's not the color of poop.
It's not.
They live
It
on ciggies, all right?
Have
Alright, we've mentioned ciggies. And we've
Ciggies.
talked
we
about
mentioned
chips.
balls yet?
No.
We did. Well, we did,
Yeah.
but squishy balls again.
Squishy balls
Okay.
might drop.
We mentioned the DeLorean.
We mentioned the DeLorean, ciggies,
Okay.
and
Yep.
balls. Smitty, I know you're going to comment on this.
6'7".
If you
There
say
we go.
6'7", Smitty, I'm quitting. Smitty, who is a wonderful member of our group, one of the resident Canadians, commented on one of our videos 6'7", and just tortures us with that all the time.
And he will be a guest.
That's because
on
he
the
has
podcast.
children right
At
in
some
that
point.
age.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, and he's not a child.
He is not. He is
At least not an
Okay,
age.
here's the thing about parenting, okay? For a brief moment, whenever you are parenting a child, you are the same fucking age as that child. Mandy, tell me you don't have 4-year-old days or 5-year-old
Wouldn't
days.
know.
Yep. And
So,
this is
Never
why
gonna
we
find
had
out.
periodically,
last
he's probably a
weekend.
child.
This is true.
Smitty is definitely.
And some of us just
I
never
need
grow
better
up.
fidgets.
Never gonna have kids.
I'm bored with my fidgets.
He's a child. There's that link of the community aspect, like Mike said. We're not built to be solitary. There are people who their brain's just wired that way. They're totally good with solitary, and you know what? I applaud you, and I have no idea how you make that happen. I couldn't do it.
I was that person for a really long time. I don't.
I
need
know
anyone,
one
can do it
person like
myself.
that.
Surprise! It didn't work.
But you need a community, and you need a circle. So you have your inner circle. My own personal opinion, you have your inner circle. Like, you guys are my inner circle. I'm not gonna lie. There's a couple others that are part. I know.
What are the
Be shocked.
perks?
Be shocked.
Are there
we need-
benefits?
Do we get to give an acceptance speech?
The perks and the benefits are you get to hear about how Kaylee just will randomly come up to me and start bongoing my boobs in a Taco Bell.
I heard the sentence, no boob bongos. No booby bongos.
No booby bongos.
That's the first time that's ever been said.
She just came up and started smacking them.
So that is the perks. They are perky, but those are the perks.
I'm impressed after 2 kids.
Derailed. You know, that is after 2 kids, guys. You know, that's why we
impressed.
lift weights, so we have perky boobs.
Put that on a
is actually a
t-shirt.
real answer. That is not a lie. Totally derailed. But no, it's like you guys are my inner circle. And sometimes the whole point of getting a therapist is to expand that just a little bit bigger, so you're not putting pressure, personal opinion, putting pressure on your inner circle to be more than they should be. There should be a boundary between your friends, your family being your therapist. Like, there's a reason a therapist cannot have a client who is their patient or parent, family member. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I won't work with people that I know. Like, I have people in my real life be like, hey, can I join the community, or can I, like, one-on-one? I'm like, no. It's weird.
It gets too messy.
It creates an odd power dynamic that I don't like.
That's why I
Yeah.
don't work with them. Just
We're like we're colleagues now, so that's the workaround. Yeah,
I just adopted you to be my brother.
that too.
Yeah. So
Also that.
I tell my
So
kids,
my visual of therapy, instead of an inner circle like you have, mine are cups stacked inside one another, and then like the smallest cup is my tight close circle, right? That's my family, that's you guys, that's my sister. It's not my kids, they're the next circle out because they don't get everything, right? They're close and I love them, but they're not ready for that side of mom. But so therapy is like a little hole in the bottom of the cup that lets everything out so that it doesn't overflow into other parts or get to a point where it's drowning the people I care about the most. It's like a relief valve kind of thing. Also, because I told my
gonna say,
therapist,
Mandy's
like, the
writing that
last
down.
thing, yeah, that the reason I'm going to therapy is because I'm not happy with the status quo anymore, and I want to be a better version of me. I know it's there, I know I can do it, but I gotta change some shit. I need some reprogramming, and I'm not that good of a computer programmer, so...
One of the reasons that we get so stuck in therapy is because I think there's this idea that we're going to be fundamentally and ideologically the same human being leaving as we did entering, but like just somehow we're not in pain anymore or we're not afraid. Some of the things that we're afraid of are like losing certain things that we're familiar with or people that we're familiar with, routines that we're familiar with. We don't want to part with that. We want to part with the fear of it, but we don't want to part with the thing that gives us the fear. And that's one of the ways that we get good at therapy, is by understanding that those things are destructive, but not necessarily wanting to do anything about it. We just want to quell the fear itself.
So what happens when we do therapy and it causes us to look in the mirror and see a side of us?
Wave a magic wand and poof! It's all sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows.
God, I fucking wish.
What would happen if that actually did work? Would you be able to sustain that and live that life? Or do we have to see the ugly parts?
You have to see the ugly parts. That's how you grow. That's how you learn. Like, if you don't recognize that it's an ugly part, you're not going to do anything to try and make it beautiful.
Otherwise, your life is the landlord special. You ever seen the pictures where, like, they'll paint over a bug on the wall?
Mm-hmm.
You see, like,
exactly.
a cockroach encased in, like, off-white
so
paint
gross.
next to a lamp.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
What kind of places have you been living in?
I'm talking about the picture. Go on Google.com and look up, like, landlord special.
Are you 87 years old? Google.com?
Gone with you.
That reminds me of the time my
Google.com.
grandpa one time, I just have to tell this story because it's really funny and relevant.
He's leaving now. He's going away.
My grandpa one time wrote out a website that he had seen for, like, something that, I don't know, some, like, clash action lawsuit that he's like, you need to look into this. And he wrote out the website and he wrote like, the word .com. I had it saved for the longest time. I seriously thought about getting it tattooed on me at one point because it's his handwriting and it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. That is
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
only to the time he used. That's the second only to the time he called Twitter twatter.
Not wrong.
He doesn't know. He didn't know what a twat is. He doesn't know what that's a euphemism for.
I think we would use. I think we would call users of Twatter twatsies at this point now.
That's true.
You're so not wrong. I don't think I've been on that website.
Okay. Bringing it back to a serious moment real quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Landlord specialness aside, I don't like the phrase the ugly parts because they're not as pretty, but they served a purpose. And a lot of my ugly parts got me through some hell. So I don't like naming any part of me that became out of a need to survive as anything negative. Just because it's less than optimal now doesn't mean it didn't have its place. I just need to learn to replace it.
That's such a good point. It's almost like shaming the old version of ourselves at our heaviest or our worst or whatever. Like, I have so much reverence for that before picture of me because if it was not for him, I wouldn't be here. Yeah, Cassandra, you are very correct. I like that reframe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not ugly. It's just the prototype.
It might be broken.
Love that.
It's
totally
it's
broken.
like in Lilo and Stitch where it's broken but it's still good.
Mm-hmm.
This is my family. It may be small and broken, but it is still good. Like, yeah.
Is this where I tell you I've never seen Lilo and Stitch?
Come on now.
We're fixing that. I made you cry with the last movie. I won't make you cry with this one. We'll get on Discord and do a movie night again.
Yeah.
Once you are free from the tax awfulness.
Single-digit numbers tomorrow until I'm done with taxes. Single-digit numbers.
Not that we're counting down or anything.
I totally am.
Maybe by the time this comes out, you will be done.
So,
Ooh.
This will never air.
This is
we're putting this in a vault.
This is the lost episode.
This will air after you have completed tax season.
Wait, I thought we lost one because we didn't do one. Oh, but we double did one day.
We've got 3 more before this one is needed.
All right.
I do think a serious thing is to mention there are lots of resources for therapy.
Yeah.
And if you're scared...
Ooh, can I say one of mine?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, my insurance, I called and talked to the mental health people with my insurance, and they gave me this website. It's rula.com, RULA.com. That is how I found the last 2 attempts. I love the bios they give for the therapists because it makes me feel like I'm actually making an informed choice. And I love their filtering system. It is so user-friendly. So user-friendly. If you need a therapist, go
I've never
to
heard
Rula.
of that. That's good to know.
That is how I found my new therapist. As you had mentioned that in class, and I've tried Psychology Today. I've tried through my insurance, and it just wasn't working. And then I've done BetterHelp. I've done those. If that is what you can do, I support that. But I have concerns personally, having done a BetterHelp therapist.
I do too.
And so I have concerns on that.
also-
But if that is what you need, and that is what works for you based on whatever reason, it is better than doing absolutely nothing in some ways.
Yes.
So there, like as I mentioned, there's Psychology Today. If you are a religious person, generally you can reach out to your religious affiliation, whatever you believe in. They will have resources, and your actual primary care or the urgent care can help you get resources as well.
I'll also make a plug for, I have a friend who found a therapist this way. You know, if you're not afraid of those like baby therapists, or you're okay with someone who might be under the supervision of a licensed therapist who and they might not be quite licensed yet, but your colleges, if people are going through getting their license, getting their masters, I mean, that was what my therapist was doing. Oftentimes they're cheaper.
Or
if
free.
you have to pay at all. So yeah, if you have to pay at all, if cost is a barrier, because it can be, that can be a huge barrier for a lot of people. I know for a long time that's why I didn't do it, but I have a friend who found her therapist that way. And a lot of times once they do get licensed, like their fees might go up, but they will be willing to work with you.
Don't use ChatGPT.
Please don't use
Do
ChatGPT.
not use AI for therapy. It's even if it's like it's sometimes okay, it doesn't. No, don't use it. Do not use ChatGPT.
AI is not a replacement for actual therapy. AI is a tool
Or
to give you
actual human
suggestions.
connection.
Yeah, or actual human connection. Reminds me of the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix. I think that's who is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, just no. But I know we laughed during this episode. It is such a serious topic that the only way to get through it is laughing, I feel, without losing our minds and dwelling on how tough this decision can be for people. And if
Don't
you're
be afraid
do it
to
on your
try again. I promise, eventually, something's gotta go. Something's gotta work.
And I also just want to say, too, if you're in a spot where you need something more than therapy, and there's, like, you're really, really going through it and need immediate help, I think the number is 988. Maybe we can put that in the description.
Yep, 988.
Is the mental health and suicide crisis hotline number.
And if you need
all of
more
this
than
information.
talk therapy, there are programs out there that do more intense things. There's intense outpatient therapy and partial hospitalization programs out there that can be helpful if you need more than just a once a week.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually group settings, and I know several people, 3 of them share a house with me, who have done or are doing, and those can be good too.
All of this information
Speaking
will be listed in the descriptions on the podcast. And
Pepper's excited.
Pepper's very excited about this.
I love 988.
It'll also be on our Instagram page as well. We will have a link for that as well on our Instagram page before this podcast actually goes out, because I'm going to go update that. Kindness joined us.
Hi, everybody.
For our cast.
Thanks for letting me crash the pod. You guys do an awesome job. I listen every week, and I love what you do here. So keep doing it.
He's going to try and make us cry.
He did
If I
that
really
last
wanted to, I
time.
would.
Oh, I know.
No, you did that last time, and then I listened to it and I cried again. So fuck you,
Trace-
respectfully. Fuck you, don't do it. I'm gonna just drown you in pickle juice.
You were talking about like that your therapist has seen 3 different versions of you. I've gotten to see 2 of them myself, and
I'm gonna kill you.
I can't kill you more than you killed the old version of you. You have done incredible work. Like watching the change happen in real time was just an incredible honor. Like, you know, if you can use your journey to inspire others here to be like, yeah, it's there sometimes is just like a shift that happens. You know, it's almost kind of magic. I wish I really knew where mine was. I think mine would have probably been like at my rock bottom at my lowest weight. When I realized that weight loss wasn't going to fix me, I had to fix me. And that's where you were at some months ago when I just saw you being like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not just going to deal with what I'm dealt. Like, I'm going to start asking for stuff and choosing stuff. And that's when change really starts to happen, when you choose things. You know, Tracy chose help. It can be a little bit demoralizing maybe to reach out for help, but you know, just take it from the three of you guys here. Like, reaching out makes a huge difference. I see 3 different human beings that I met, so, and all of them asked for help, and they're pretty damn cool. So listeners out there, you can be cool
kids
too.
he said that.
Yeah,
You can clip this.
clip it,
Yeah,
send it to email
just randomly text it to him.
through google.com, gmail.com.
AOL.com.
I hate you guys. Thank you everybody for listening. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'm gonna stop this recording for those.
Be kind to yourself.